We're live.
Okay, hello everybody, and thank you for joining us for the 5 o'clock serving of Shaking Scenes. I'm Lizzie, artistic director for, oh, I can't speak, artistic director for Shake Scene Shakespeare, and we're introducing to you this afternoon 3 scenes from As You Like It. Now, as ever, these scenes are prepared from cue scripts, which means everybody that you will see acting today has only seen their own part and they've seen the brief cue words that come before they speak. We have not rehearsed together. Nobody here has heard each other's lines through, and I know they haven't, even though they could have snuck on the internet, but I trust them all and they have not. So, well, have you? They're all giggling now. Okay, so we work like this because this is the way it was done in Shakespeare's own time. So we keep a little flavour of the playfulness and the spontaneity, which we think may have been around in the Renaissance playhouses. And it seems to suit playing through remote actors, isolated in our various isolations here on the internet at the moment. We thank you very much for joining us in your isolations and staying out of the sun and staying at home and staying safe with us today. So thank you very much for staying in and being with us now. So we have quite a large company online today. So I've asked everybody just to stay there and give you a quick hello and a wave. So we have Dewi and Nell and Larissa and Suzanne and Philippe, who's joining us for the very first time today. So big round of applause, big wave for Philippe doing his first go. And we have Claire and Jerome and Laurie and Linda and Jeff. So this is our company today. We'll be doing 3 scenes from As You Like It. Now they do not form a flowing sort of extract, so I'm going to be giving you a little bit of context in between. My job in this play is you're not going to see me or hear very much from me unless there's an internet sort of incident, because my job is the book holder and I keep an eye on the script of the whole scene. And it's just if something goes wrong, it's my job to jump in and feed lines. So basically, you won't be seeing or hearing anything from me because everything's going to be great. Just before we start, if the one thing that we were all chatting about this online before we started broadcasting to you today, the one thing we miss is we have a great time doing this, and we're really enjoying sort of creating some entertainment for you. But we really miss our audience feedback. It's very strange for actors to be working, as it were, in a vacuum. So if you would like to leave us a comment either on our YouTube feed, or if you'd like to tweet us at Shake Scenery, or leave us a message either on our website or email or on our Facebook. We're out there on the social media. We'd love to hear from you. And if there's a particular play or even a scene from a play that you particularly like us to do, then please let us know. We're very happy to take requests. And it'd be lovely, lovely to hear how it's going down for all of you out there. Now, we're just going to very quickly do some hellos because we're all missing our friends and our family, and we know some of you are out there watching. So I'm just going to say very, very quickly say hello to Dave and Jan watching in Sussex, to Jean, who's up there in Wrexham, to Andy in Norwich, to Rebecca in Mill Hill, to Estelle down in Somerset, to Susie's family over there in Vancouver, Canada. Hello, Susie's family. And to the North Vancouver community players. Very nice to be seeing you as well. Hope you pick us up well once the time change has caught up. Somebody who's just identified as Linda's old man. Hello, Linda's old man. I hope you're not feeling too old, and it's very nice to have you there. And to a lovely lady who got in touch on Twitter earlier this afternoon, to Amy Sparkles, we're really glad you enjoyed the 3 o'clock show. We hope you're going to enjoy this one just as much. Okay, so that's quite enough from me. Are we ready for scene 1? I need a Duke and an Orlando to start with, and a Celia and a Rosalind, and you're all there. You're all ready. Good. Okay, so we are now going to, to the Kingdom of France, sort of, in Shakespeare's imaginary world. We're going to the court of Duke Frederick. And this is not actually a very happy time in the court of Duke Frederick. He has recently thrown out his brother, the previous Duke, Duke Senior, who is now in exile in the Forest of Arden. And the political situation it's not good here in the court. We're going to join the scene just at the point where the young man Orlando has defeated the Duke's champion wrestler. And he's defeated a little more than that as well, because now we have a little romance to deal with. So we have Duke. We are all ready to go. Yep, good. Okay, so scene 1, in your own time, players, off you go.
What is thy name, young man?
Orlando, my liege, the youngest son of Sir Roland de Boys.
I would thou hadst been son to some man else. The world esteemed thy father honourable, but I did find him still mine enemy. But fare thee well, thou art a gallant youth. I would thou hadst told me of another father.
Were I my father, coz, would I do this?
I am more proud to be Sir Roland's son, his youngest son, and would not change that calling to be adopted heir to Frederick.
My father loved Sir Roland as his soul, and all the world was of my father's mind.
Gentle cousin, let us go thank him and encourage him. My father's rough and envious disposition sticks me at the heart. Sir, you have well deserved it. If you do keep your promise in love, but justly as you have exceeded all promise, your mistress shall be happy.
Gentlemen, wear this for me, one out of suits with fortune that could give more, but that her hand lacks means. Shall we go, coz?
Aye, very well, fair gentleman.
Can I not say I thank you? My better parts are all thrown down, and that which here stands up is but a quintine, a mere liveless block.
He calls us back. My pride fell with my fortunes. I'll ask him what he would. Did you call, sir?
Will you go, coz?
With you. Fare you well.
What passion hangs these weights upon my tongue? I cannot speak to her, yet she urged conference. Oh, poor Orlando, thou art overthrown.
Good sir, I do in friendship counsel you to leave this place, albeit you have deserved high commendation, true applause, and love. Such is now the Duke's condition that he misconstrues all that you have done.
I thank you, sir, and pray tell me this, which of the two was daughter of the Duke?
Neither his daughter, if we judge by manners, but yet indeed the lower is his daughter, the other is daughter to the banished Duke. Sir, fare you well.
I rest much bounden to you, fare you well. Thus must I from the smoke into the smother, from tyrant Duke unto a tyrant brother. But, heavenly Rosaline,
Why, cousin? Why, Rosaline? Oh, Cupid, have mercy. Not a word?
Not one to throw at a dog.
Oh, no. Thy words are too precious to be cast away upon curs. Throw some of them at me. Come, lame me with reasons.
Then there were two cousins laid up, when the one should be lamed with reasons and the other mad without any.
But is this all for your father?
No, some of it is for my child's father. Oh, how full of briars is this working day world?
Oh, they are but burrs, cousin, thrown upon thee in holiday foolery. If we walk not the trodden paths, our very petticoats will catch them.
I could shake them off my coat. These birds are in my heart.
Hem them away.
I would try if I could cry hem and have him.
Oh, come, come, wrestle with thy affections.
They take the part of a better wrestler than myself.
Oh, good wish upon you. You will try in time, in despite of a fall. But turning these jests out of service, let us talk in good earnest. Is it possible on such a Soudain you should fall into so strong a liking with old Sir Roland's youngest son?
The Duke, my father, loved his father dearly.
Doth it therefore ensue that you should love his son dearly? By this kind of chase I should hate him, for my father hated his father dearly. Yet, I hate not Orlando.
No, faith, hate him not for my sake.
Oh, why should I not? Doth he not deserve well?
Let me love him for that, and do you love him because I do? Oh, look, here comes the Duke.
With his eyes full of anger.
Mistress, dispatch you with your safest haste and get you from our court.
Me, uncle?
You, cousin. Within these 10 days, if thou beest found so near our public court as 20 miles, thou diest for it.
I do beseech your grace, let me the knowledge of my fault bear with me. If with myself I hold intelligence, or have acquaintance with mine own desires, if that I do not dream or be not frantic, as I do trust I am not, then, dear uncle, never so much as in a thought unborn did I offend your highness.
Thus do all traitors. If their purgation did consist in words, they are as innocent as grace itself. Let it suffice thee that I trust thee not.
Yet your mistrust cannot make me a traitor. Tell me whereon the likelihood depends.
Thou art thy father's daughter. There's enough.
So was I when your highness took his dukedom. So was I when your highness banished him. Treason is not inherited, my lord. Or if we did derive it from our friends, what's that to me? My father was no traitor. Then, good my liege, mistake me not so much to think my poverty is treacherous.
Dear sovereign, hear me speak.
Aye, Celia, we stayed her for your sake. Else had she with her father ranged along.
I did not then entreat to have her stay. It was your pleasure and your own remorse. I was too young that time to value her. But now I know her. If she be a traitor, why so am I. We have slept together, rose at an instant, learned, plate, eat together. And wheresoe'er we went, like Juno's swans, still we went coupled and inseparable.
She is too subtle for thee, and her smoothness, her very silence and her patience speak to the people, and they pity her. Thou art a fool. She robs thee of thy name. And thou wilt show more bright and seem more virtuous when she is gone. Then ope not thy lips. Firm and irrevocable is my doom, which I have passed upon her. She is banished.
Pronounce that sentence then on me, my liege. I cannot live out of her company.
You are a fool. Eunice, provide yourself. If you outstay the time, upon mine honour, and in the greatness of my word, you die.
Oh, my poor Rosaline, whither wilt thou go? Wilt thou change fathers? I will give thee mine. I charge thee, be not thou more grieved than I am.
I have more cause.
Thou hast not, cousin. Prithee be cheerful. Knowest thou not the Duke hath banished me, his daughter?
That he hath not.
No, hath not. Rosaline then lacks the love which teacheth thee that thou and I are one. Shall we be sundered? Shall we part, sweet girl? No. Let my father seek another heir. Therefore, devise with me how we might fly, whether to go and what to bear with us. And do not seek to take your charge upon you, to bear your griefs yourself and leave me out. For by this heaven, Now at our sorrow's pale, say what thou canst. I'll go along with thee.
Why, whither shall we go?
To seek my uncle in the forest of Arden.
And off they go into the forest of Arden. Well done, guys. Well done. So the story rolls forward. We're going to skip over their journeys into Arden. We're going to, leave behind all the politics of the court and get into the world and the forest. So we're going to pick them up. We now have Rosalind disguised as the young man Ganymede and Celia. They are living in the forest as a shepherd and shepherdess, and they have new friends. They've met Corin the shepherd, and they're about to meet two more. So do we have Corin, Celia, Rosalind? Are we all ready to go? Yes, I can see everybody online. Okay, so first to speak is Corin. So enter Rosalind, Celia, and Corin in your own time, guys. Go.
Mistress and master, you have oft inquired after the shepherd that complained of love, who you saw sitting by me on the turf, praising the proud, disdainful shepherdess that was his mistress.
Well, what of him?
If you will see a pageant truly played between the pale complexion of true love and the red glow of scorn and proud disdain, go hence a little, if you will mark it.
Oh, come, let us remove. The sight of lovers feedeth those in love. Bring us to this sight, and you shall say, I'll prove a busy actor in their play.
Sweet Phoebe, do not scorn me, do not, Phoebe. Oh, say that you love me not, but say not so in bitterness. The common executioner, whose heart the accustomed sight of death makes hard, falls not the axe upon the unbled neck, but first begs pardon. Will you sterner be than he that dies and lives by bloody drops?
I would not be thy executioner. I fly thee, for I would not injure thee. Thou tell'st me there is murder in mine eyes. 'Tis pretty sure, and very probable, that eyes that are the frailest and softest things, who shut their coward gates on atomies, should be called tyrants, butchers, murderers. No, I do frown on thee with all my heart, and if mine eyes can wound, now let them kill thee. Now counterfeit to swoon, why now fall down, or if thou canst not, go for shame, for shame. Lie not to say mine eyes are murderers. Now show me the wound mine eye hath made in thee. Scratch thee but with a pin, and there remains some scar of it. But now mine eyes, which I have darted at thee, hurt thee not. Nor am I sure there is no force in eyes that can do hurt.
Oh, dear Phoebe, if ever, as that ever may be near, you meet in some fresh cheek the power of fancy, then shall you know the wounds invisible that love's keen arrows make.
But till that time come not thou near me, and when that time comes, afflict me with thy mocks. Pity me not, as till that time I shall not pity thee.
And why, I pray you? Who might be your mother, that you insult, exalt, and all at once over the wretched? What though you have no beauty, as, by my faith, I see no more in you than without candle may go dark to bed? Must you be therefore proud and pitiless? Why, what means this? Why do you look on me? I see no more in you than in the ordinary of nature's sail work. Odes, my little life. I think she means to tangle my eyes too. No, faith, proud mistress, hope not after it. 'Tis not your inky brows, your black silk hair, your bugle eyeballs, nor your cheek of cream that can entertain my spirits to your worship. Oh, you foolish shepherd. Where do you follow her like foggy south, puffing with wind and rain? You are 1,000 times a proper man, and she a woman. 'Tis such fools as you that makes the world full of ill-favoured children. 'Tis not her glass, but you that flatters her. And out of you she sees herself more proper than any of her lineaments can show her. But mistress, know yourself. Down on your knees and thank heaven, fasting for a good man's love. I must tell you friendly in your ear, sell when you can. You're not for all markets. Cry the man mercy, love him, take his offer. Foul is most foul, being foul to be a scoffer. So take her to thee, shepherd. Fare you well.
Sweet youth, I pray you chide a year together. I had rather hear you chide than this man woo.
He's fall in love with your foulness, and she'll fall in love with my anger. If it be so, as fast as she answers thee with frowning looks, I'll sauce her with bitter words. Why look you so upon me?
For no ill will I bear you.
I pray you do not fall in love with me, for I am falser than vows made in wine. Besides, I like you not. Shepherd, ply her hard. Come, sister, shepherdess, look on him better, and be not proud. Though all the world could see, none could be so abused in sight as he. Come to our flocks.
Dead shepherd? Now I find that sore of might. Who ever loved that loved not at first sight?
Sweet Phoebe.
Huh? What sayest thou, Silvius?
Sweet Phoebe. Pity me?
Why, I am sorry for thee, gentle Silvius.
Wherever sorrow is, relief would be. If you do sorrow at my grief in love, by giving love, your sorrow and my grief were both extermined.
Thou hast my love, is that not neighbourly?
I would have you.
Why, that were covetousness. Silvius, the time was that I hated thee, and yet it is not that I bear thee love, but since that thou canst talk of love so well, thy company, which erst was irksome to me, I will endure, and I'll employ thee too. But do not look for further recompense than thine own gladness that thou art employed.
So holy and so perfect is my love, and I in such a poverty of grace, that I shall think it a most plenteous crop to glean the broken ears after the man that the main harvest reaps. Loose now and then a scattered smile, and that I'll live upon.
Knowest thou the youth that spoke to me erewhile?
Not very well, but I have met him oft.
Think not I love him, though I ask for him. 'Tis but a peevish boy, yet he talks well. But what care I for words? Yet words do well when he that speaks them pleases those that hear. It is a pretty youth, not very pretty, but sure he's proud. And yet his pride becomes him. He'll make a proper man. The best thing in him is his complexion. and faster than his tongue did make offence, his eye did heal it up. He is not very tall, yet for his years he's tall. His leg is but so, and yet 'tis well. There was a pretty redness in his lip, a little riper and more lusty red than that mixed in his cheek. 'Twas just the difference between the constant red and mingled damask. There be some women, Sylvius, had they marked him in parcels as I did, would have gone near to fall in love with him. But for my part, I love him not, hate him not, and yet have more cause to hate him than to love him. For what had he to do to chide at me? He said mine eyes were black and my hair black. And now I am remembered, scorned at me. I marvel why I answered not again, but that's all one. Omittance is no quittance. I'll write to him a very canting letter, and thou shalt bear it. Wilt thou, Sylvius?
Phoebe, with all my heart.
I'll write it straight. The matter's in my head and in my heart. I will be bitter with him and passing short. Go with me, Sylvius.
There they go, off into the rest of their story. And we won't know today what happens to them. Maybe another day we'll catch up with Sylvius and with Phoebe and see how their love story works out. Okay, we have one more scene for you this afternoon, continuing the love stories, these tangled lives that are coming up in the Forest of Arden. We're going to learn a bit more about Rosalind and Orlando. First, we're going to meet up with Corin the Shepherd and Touchstone. So Corin and Touchstone, are you both ready? Can I see you? There we are. We have the Fool and we have the Shepherd. Excellent. Right. So you guys ready?
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay. So first to speak, enter together. First to speak is Corin, and in your own time, off you go.
How like you this shepherd's life, Mr. Touchstone?
Truly, shepherd, in respect of itself, it is a good life. But in respect that it is a shepherd's life, it is not. In respect that it is solitary, I like it very well. But in respect that it is private, it is a very vill life. Now, in respect it is in the fields, it pleaseth me well. But in respect that it is not in the court, it is tedious. As it is a spare life, look you, it fits my humour well. But as there is no more plenty in it, it goes much against my stomach. Hast any philosophy in thee, shepherd?
No more, but that the property of rain is to wet, and fire to burn, that good pasture makes fat sheep, and that a great cause of the night is lack of the sun.
Such a one is a natural philosopher. Wast ever in court, shepherd?
No, truly.
Then thou art damned.
Nay, I hope.
Truly, thou art damned like an ill-roasted egg, all on one side.
For being at court, your reason?
Why, if thou never wast at court, then thou never sawest good manners. If thou never sawest good manners, then thy manners must be wicked. And wickedness is sin, and sin is damnation. Oh, thou art in a parlous state, shepherd.
Not a whit, Touchstone. Those are good manners at court are as ridiculous in the country as the behaviour of the country is most mockable in the court. You told me you salute not at the court, but you kiss your hands. That courtesy would be uncleany if courtiers were shepherds.
Instance, briefly, come, instance.
Why, we are still handling our ewes, and their fells, you know, are greasy.
Why, do not your courtiers' hands sweat? And is not the grease of a mutton as wholesome as the sweat of a man? Oh, shallow, shallow, shallow. A better instance, I say, come.
And they are often tarred over. with the surgery of our sheepy, and you have us kiss tar?
Most shallow man, learner of the wise and perpend.
You have too courtly a wit for me. I'll rest.
Wilt thou rest, damned? Oh, God help thee, shallow man.
Here comes young Mr. Ganymed, my new mistress's brother.
From the east to western Ind, no jewel is like Rosalind. Her worth being mounted on the wind through all the world, Rosalind. All the pictures, fairest blind, are but black too, Rosalind. Let no face be kept in mind, but the fair of Rosalind.
I'll rhyme you so. 8 years together, dinners and suppers and sleeping hours accepted. It is the right butter woman's rank to market.
Out, fool.
For a taste, if a hart do lack a hind, let him seek out Rosalind. If the cat will after, so be sure will Rosalind. Wintered garments must be lined, so must slender Rosalind. They that reap must sheath and bind, then to cart with Rosalind. Sweetest nut hath sourest rind, such a nut is Rosalind. He that sweetest rose will find, must find love's prick and Rosalind. Oh, this is the very false verses, false gallop of verses. Why do you infect yourself with them?
Peace, you dull fool. I found them on a tree.
Truly, the tree yields bad fruit.
I'll graft it with you. You'll be rotten ere you be half ripe.
You have said, but whether wisely or no, let the forest decide.
Peace, peace. Here comes my sister reading. Stand aside.
Why should this a desert be, for it is unpeopled? No. Tongues I'll hang on every tree that shall civil sayings shew. Some how brief the life of man runs his erring pilgrimage, that the stretching of a span buckles in his sum of age. Some of violated vows twixt the souls of friends and friend, but upon the fairest boughs or at every sentence end, will I Rosalinda write, teaching all that read to know the quintessence of every sprite. Heaven would in little show. Therefore heaven nature charged that one body should be filled with all graces, wide and large. Nature presently distilled Helen's cheek, but not his heart. Cleopatra's majesty, Atalanta's better part, sad Lucretia's modesty. Thus Rosalinda of many parts by heavenly synod was devised, of many faces, eyes, and hearts, to have the touches dearest prized. Heaven would that she these gifts should have, and I to live and die her slave, slave.
Oh, most gentle Jupiter, what tedious homily of love have you wearied your parishioners withal, and never cried, have patience, good people?
Now, back friends. Shepherd, go off a little. Go with him, Sarah.
Come, shepherd, let us make an honourable retreat, though not with bag and baggage, but with scrip and scrippage.
Didst thou hear these verses?
Oh, yes, I heard them all, and more too.
But didst thou hear, without wondering, how thy name should be hanged and carved upon these trees?
I have 7 of the 9 days out of the wonder before you came. For look here what I found on a palm tree.
And trow you who hath done this?
Is it a man?
And a chain that you once wore about his neck? Change you colour?
I prithee, who?
Oh, Lord, Lord, it is a hard matter for friends to meet.
Nay, but who is it?
Is it possible?
Nay, I prithee now, with most petitionary vehemence, tell me who it is.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, and most wonderful, wonderful, and yet again, how wonderful. And after that, out of all hooping.
Good my complexion! Dost thou think, though I am comparisoned like a man, I have doublet and hose in my disposition? I prithee, take the cork out of thy mouth, that I may drink thy tidings.
So you may put a man in your belly.
Is he of God making? What manner of man? Is his head worth a hat, or his chin worth a beard?
It is young Orlando that tripped up the wrestler's heels and your heart, both in an instant.
Nay, but the devil take mocking. Speak, sad brow and true maid.
I faith hers. 'Tis he.
Orlando.
Orlando.
Alas the day! What shall I do with my doublet and hose? What did he when thou sawest him? What said he? How looked he? Wherein went he? What makes he here? Did he ask for me? Wherein remains he? How parted he with thee? And again, answer me in one word.
To say aye and no to these particulars is more than to answer in a catechism.
Looks he as freshly as he did the day he wrestled?
Well, I found him under a tree like a dropped acorn.
It may well be called Jove's tree when it drops forth fruit.
Give me audience, good madam.
Proceed.
There he lay, stretched along like a wounded knight.
Though it be pity to see such a sight, it well becomes the ground.
I holler to the tongue, I prithee, it covets unseasonably. He was furnished like a hunter.
Oh, ominous, it comes to kill my heart.
I would sing my song without a burthen. Thou bringst me out of tune.
Do you know I am a woman? When I think, I must speak, sweet. Say on.
You bring me out. Soft. Comes he not here?
'Tis he. Slink by and note him.
I thank you for your company, but good faith, I had as lief have been myself alone.
And so had I. But yet, for fashion's sake, I thank you too for your society.
God by you. Let's meet as little as we can.
I do desire we may be better strangers.
I pray you, mar no more trees with writing love songs in their barks.
I pray you, mar no more of my verses with reading them ill-favouredly.
Rosalind Lined is your love's name?
Yes, just.
I do not like her name.
There was no thought of pleasing you when she was christened.
What stature is she of?
Just as high as my heart.
You have a nimble wit. Will you sit down with me, and we too will rail against our mistress, the world, and all our misery?
I will chide no breather in the world but myself, against whom I know most faults.
The worst fault you have is to be in love.
'Tis a fault I will not change for your best virtue. I am weary of you.
By my troth, I was seeking for a fool when I found you.
He is drowned in the brook. Look but in, and you shall see him.
There I shall see mine own figure,
which I take to be either a fool or a cipher.
Farewell, good Signor Love. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. At first the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. Then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face creeping like snail unwillingly to school. And then the lover, sighing like furnace, with a woeful ballad made to his mistress' eyebrow. Then a soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honour, sodden, quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, in fair round belly, with good capon lined, with eyes severe, and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. And so he plays his part. The 6th stage shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch at side, his youthful hose well saved. A world too wide for his shrunk shank, and his big, manly voice turning again towards childish treble, pipes and whistles in his sound. Last scene of all, that ends this strange, eventful history, is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.
And that's where we have to leave the Forest of Arden for this afternoon. We may go back there another time and pick up the rest of the stories, but today this is it for our scenes that we have shaken for your delight this afternoon. Thank you to everybody who took part. Well done, everybody. That was most enjoyable for me, and I hope it's been enjoyable for you as well out there in internet world. Wherever you are in the world, we hope that you're staying well and staying safe. Please do drop us a line, either on YouTube or on Twitter or on Facebook, or any way that you can find us. We are out there. We'd love to hear back from you, and we hope that you have been entertained by us. If you are available and not going anywhere, next Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock, we are going to present the entire of Two Gentlemen of Verona. Woo! So rather than going back to France, we're going to Italy again, and we're going to do the entire play. And it's the play that a lot of people don't know so well. So be interesting to see how that works out. It's a new adventure for us. So please come and join us if you can next Sunday. And the Sunday after that, we've got something extra special on. But you just have to keep an eye on our social media to find out more about that. So once more, I say thank you very much to our company who took part today. Thank you to our audience. We wish you a safe and well week. Stay in, stay safe, keep your hands clean. To everybody who's out there, the key workers in the world, to the nurses, the doctors, the delivery drivers, the postmen, the teachers, everybody else who's still working, we hope we've given you a little entertainment today. And we say thank you so much for everything that you are doing. And please just stay well, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. So from us, from our company, to all the rest of you, we say goodbye for another week, and we will see you next Sunday. So farewell, and be good until then. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
La dee da 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 dee da dum, da da dum. The springtime, da 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 da, da da dum, da 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 da, da 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 dum, da 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 da, la da dee da dum, da 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 dum. Da 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 dee da 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 dum da dee da da na hey nonny no and a hey nonny nonny no da 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 dee da dum da dum da dum da da dee da 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 dee da 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 da. La da 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 dee da dum da dum da dum da 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 da.